Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rodolph Roman, Community Outreach Specialist for the upcoming public meeting. We're going to get started right now. Our team will put up the cameras in just a few seconds so we can introduce all of our team members joining us this evening. This is the virtual public meeting for State Road 972, Southwest 13th Street, Southwest 3rd Avenue, Coral Way, and Southwest 15th Road. It's a roundabout project. We thank you very much for joining us. If you have any questions, feel free to submit them on your questions box located on your control panel. I'd like to also mention that this meeting is being recorded and it will be available for viewing afterwards. We'll get started here with our meeting once again. Next slide, please. I'd like to also, for those folks joining us in Spanish, a esos que hablan español, bienvenidos a la reunión virtual del proyecto de la instalación de una rotonda en la carretera 972, calle 13, el suroeste, avenida 13 del suroeste, Coral Way y la 15 Road del suroeste. Si usted necesita traducción durante esta reunión, por favor, comuníquese conmigo. Usted puede presionar el botón de levantar la mano o puede pedir ayuda de traducción a través del chat y un miembro de nuestro equipo lo asistirá. O sea que si usted necesita traducción durante esta reunión virtual, usted puede presionar el botón de levantar la mano y ahorita le vamos a dar una oportunidad a las personas que no están en la reunión ahora y le vamos a poder ayudar con esta traducción. Vamos a ver acá. Okay, we're good. No one needs any translation. Next slide, please. I'd like to also mention that due to the state of the emergency declared by Florida Governor DeSantis in Executive Order 2052 as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, this meeting is authorized to be held virtually and not in person. If you're experiencing any technical difficulties, please contact Michelle Pruitt at 786-531-3798 or by email at michelle@iscprgroup.com so that she can assist you. Next slide, please. We'll go through our meeting agenda. Our rules of engagement will start off, and then we'll head off to meeting our project team, the non-discrimination policy, our project location, schedule and cost, scope of work, and what to expect, maintenance of traffic, and then we'll top it off with the questions and answers portion. Next slide, please. Rules of engagement. Our attendees will remain unmuted throughout the meeting except for the open discussion session. Use the raise hand button on your GoToWebinar panel to provide a comment. Provide your full name first, address, and comment. Attendees are welcome to submit questions, comments using the GoToWebinar question panel, and a member of the team will respond during the open discussion. Participants will have 3 minutes to ask questions and provide comments. I'd also like to acknowledge any elected officials or staff members with municipalities or the county that are joining us. Please raise your hand so I could acknowledge you. I see here we have Commissioner Eileen Higgins. Thank you, Commissioner, for joining us this evening. If we have anyone else representing a municipality or the county, please raise your hand, all right, so we can acknowledge you. Next slide, please. The meeting will begin with a presentation followed by comments and questions. If you're calling in via phone, you will not be able to provide comments during the meeting. So to provide comments, you can call the number you see on your screen, that's 786-531-3798, or email michelle@iscprgroup.com and she will be able to assist you. Tonight's presentation will be available at the link that you see on your screen. The project team will remain until 8 p.m. Next slide, please. Our project team joining us this evening includes our project manager, Ms. Natalie Garganta, our project engineer, Gerardo Dargoni, our FDOT acquisition administrator, Ms. Tanya Shuguri, our FDOT right-of-way agent, Ravenia S. Lee, nicknamed Nick Kiki. Our FDOT planning and environmental management office is also joining us this evening, which includes Ms. Barbara Cohane, Amanda DeCoon, Rudy Westerman, and Jan King. And I am your community outreach specialist, Rodolfo Rowe. The public meeting is intended to satisfy the requirement for a public meeting under laws of Florida Chapter 84379. Present the findings of fact necessitating the project. Florida Department of Transportation is required to comply with various non-discrimination laws and regulations, including Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Public participation at this meeting is solicited without regard to race, color, national origin, age, sex, religion, disability, or family status. Persons wishing to express their concerns about Title VI may do so by contacting our District 6 Title VI Coordinator, Ms. Irene Varela, at 305-470-5342, or in writing, FDOT 1000 Northwest 111th Avenue, Miami, Florida 33172, or by email at irene.varela@dot.state.fl.us. Or you can reach your state Title VI coordinator, Ms. Jacqueline Paramore, at 850-414-4753, or in writing at the Equal Opportunity Office. The address there is 605 Sewanee Street, MS 65, Tallahassee, Florida 32399, or you can shoot her an email at jacqueline.paramore@dot.state.fl.us. And with that said, I am now going to give the floor to our project manager, Ms. Natalie Garganta, who will give you the rundown on the upcoming project, the project located at the intersection of State Road 972, Southwest 13th Street, Southwest 3rd Avenue, Coral Way, and Southwest 15th Road. Natalie?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Natalie. I'm the project manager for this project. And as you can see here, we have the project map. It is located at the intersection of Coral Way and Broadway Street and the 3rd Avenue. This intersection is an important junction within the city of Miami and a unique confluence of several streets. In order to address existing operational deficiencies, reconstruction of the intersection is required, and the roundabout is the preferred alternative. The roundabout will provide greater access to the immediate area and also improve pedestrian mobility. Municipalities in this area are the City of Miami. Here we have an approximate schedule for the project. We have a production date of August 2022, a letting date of January 2023. Construction start date will be June 2023, and the duration is approximately 240 days. These 240 days are an estimate as we are currently at the 60% design phase and also do not include any weather days. The construction end time is approximately February of 2024, should there not be any issues with the construction weather days. The total construction cost is $2.5 million. As mentioned before, the project is currently at 60% design phase. We are working with the municipalities to review the plans, receiving feedback from the public, and transition to the construction team. The scope includes reconfiguring the existing 5-legged intersection into a 2-lane roundabout. We'll be constructing 10-foot wide sidewalks throughout the roundabout. We'll be adding high-emphasis crosswalks at 3rd Avenue, Coral Way, and 15th Road. We'll upgrade signing and pavement markings. We'll be adding LED streetlights throughout the intersection, enhancing the existing drainage system, and eliminating approximately 14 parking spaces along 3rd Avenue. What to expect during construction? There will be 3 maintenance of traffic phases. Detours will be established for Broadway and 3rd Avenue for both phase 1 and 2. Coral Way will be reduced to 1 lane in each direction and an alternate route will be provided. You should expect some noise during daytime hours. Due to the residential areas, no nighttime work will be performed. Access will be maintained to each property, both residential and commercial, throughout construction. Dust will be required to water and sweep in order to minimize construction-related dust. Bicyclists will need to share the road as they do currently throughout the intersection during construction. Pedestrians' detours will be clearly marked. The speed limit will be reduced to 25 miles per hour. Here you can see a sketch of the parking impacts. Along 3rd Avenue at the roundabout, due to the new configuration, there will be parking impacts along both sides of the roadway. And then under I-95, as you can see in the red box, half of the parking under the I-95 bridge will be impacted. This sketch shows a preliminary MOT detour for the closure of Broadway Street. As you can see, vehicles that will be traveling down Broadway to get Coral Way will need to turn on 5th Avenue, then make a right on 8th Street and another right on 2nd Avenue to get back onto Coral Way. Another possible detour for the closure of Broadway for Coral Way southbound drivers would be they need to make a right on 18th Road and then another right to get back onto Broadway. Coral Way is designated a state historic highway from Northwest 37th Avenue to I-95 per Chapter 84-379. The historic law requires that no changes be made to the existing pavement width and that any trees with trunks greater than 6 inches in diameter are removed shall be replaced. Within the limits of the historic highway, the existing pavement width will remain. Curb and guardrail will be added and sidewalks will be replaced at the same location. One trumpet tree and a queen palm will be removed. The trees will be replaced through our proposed landscape project that is immediately to follow our roadway construction. We will not be affecting any banyan trees with this project. As you can see here, we have the sketch of the state historic highway limits. The portion to the west of I-95 is what falls under the State Historic Highway. Highlighted are the 2 trees that are to be removed, and to the right you have a picture of both trees. The curb and the guardrail will be added at the same location of the existing pavement, and the sidewalk will be replaced. Here we have a rendering video of what the roundabout will look like. Again, this video is just a video of the proposed improvements, and it does not include existing features such as the banyan trees that we will not be touching with this project. This intersection here is the Coral Way, the westbound leg, and as you can see, there will be high emphasis crosswalks with a pedestrian refuge. All of the crosswalks provided in this intersection will be pedestrian actuated, which means that when you're ready to cross the street, you can press a button and there will be a light that turns red, and so you could cross safely across both legs of the intersection. Bicyclists are to get on to share the road via bicycle ramps to the sidewalks, and sidewalks are 10 feet wide to provide adequate space for both pedestrians and bicyclists. The center of the roundabout will be illuminated with LED decorative lighting as existing now in the area, and landscaping will be provided via a follow-up landscape project that is to immediately follow our roadway construction. 3rd Avenue will provide pedestrian crosswalk as well, with a protected signal phase and a refuge in the middle island. Coral Way eastbound leg will need to use the existing mid-block crosswalk that exists today and will not be impacted. Drainage upgrades will be provided throughout the intersection and the roundabout and connect to the existing drainage system. Here you can see Broadway Street will be adding guardrail to protect for the existing piers under I-95, and will be providing pier protection as well. Broadway will include a special high emphasis crosswalk, also signalized for vehicles to stop, as you see in the rendering, when somebody is crossing the street. And here we have a video of how to navigate a roundabout.
When approaching a roundabout, slow down and yield for pedestrians or bicyclists in the crosswalks. Then yield to traffic already in the roundabout. Merge into the roundabout when there is a safe gap in traffic. Traffic in the roundabout has the right of way. In most cases, a roundabout is just like a traditional intersection. If you want to make a left, stay in the left lane. Stay in the right lane to make a right. You can use either lane if you want to go straight. However, be sure to pay close attention to the signs at the roundabout, which will guide you to the correct lanes. Roundabouts are able to accommodate large vehicles like trucks and buses by use of a truck apron. The truck apron gives larger vehicles more room to make wider turns around the roundabout. To learn more about roundabouts, visit fdot.tips/roundabout.
So now I'll be handing over the presentation to Tanya Sharouri and Kiki to explain the right-of-way FDOT right-of-way process.
Thank you, Natalie. All right, good evening, everyone. We appreciate you joining us today. Kuvinia and I work in the right-of-way section of DOT, and we just wanted to take a moment to briefly explain the right-of-way process and where we are today in relation to the process. Now, there's a step that takes place before it gets to our section, but I'm including it here so you may see how the properties get identified. So the first step prior to our section is a project design and identification of the parcels needed for the project. Now, a parcel is simply the portion of a property that is needed for the project. Once the parcels are identified, they are assigned an acquisition agent who then makes contact with the property owner. This could be by phone, email, or regular mail. The next step would be to survey or stake the parcel and to review the title work. This would identify any interest held on the property, including mortgages. Once the title work is complete, an appraisal is ordered. The appraisal will mail a notice to the property owner to coordinate the inspection. The property owner may attend the inspection and provide any information they feel might be beneficial in establishing fair market value. Now, once the appraisal is complete and submitted to our office, the acquisition will contact the property owner to present the offer. Once the offer is presented, the closing isn't far behind. A purchase agreement gets signed and the closing may take place approximately 30 to 60 days thereafter. That pretty much sums up the right-of-way process. Rodolfo?
Thank you, Tanya, and thank you, Kiki, for your information on right-of-way. So now we will begin our questions and answers portion. You can submit your comments in the question box. After addressing comments in the question box, we will open the microphones. If we are unable to answer your question, the project team will provide a written response after the meeting. If you would like to speak, please press the raise your hand button. Participants will have 3 minutes to provide comments and questions to allow others to speak. Staff will be available to answer questions in the order they are received and as time permits. If your question is not responded to during the event, a response will be provided in writing following the meeting. The next slide is just my contact information in case you need any information in relation to this project. The number where you may reach me is at 786-519-7160. The email, roman@iscprgroup.com. To find out about other projects in District 6, you can visit our website, fdotmiamidade.com. And the presentation that we've shown here this afternoon or this evening is available at the link that you see on the screen. Once you log off, you're also going to be provided an exit survey. So if you could fill that out, we'd appreciate that. Now, with that being said, I'm going to welcome in our entire staff who's available with us here this evening. But first and foremost, once again, I'd like to acknowledge any elected officials or staff with the city or county. Please raise your hand so I can acknowledge you. And we do have Commissioner Higgins joining us. Commissioner, I am going to open up your microphone. If you have any comments or questions or answers, feel free to ask the team. Just to hear. Commissioner, can you hear us?
Okay, am I unmuted?
Yes, ma'am. How are you, Commissioner?
Oh,
Thank you for
I'm good.
joining us.
Yeah, no, thanks so much, guys, for organizing this in these crazy days where it's harder for us to get together. But so we appreciate all that you're doing to make sure that the residents of the roads and also the residents of the Brickell area get to take a look at this project. As you all know, this is a priority project for this neighborhood because there are 5 roads colliding with no rhyme or reason, and getting a roundabout will improve safety both for the cars as well as for the pedestrians, and particularly as we add more schools in this area for school kids. Just thought on the right-of-way presentation, it might be good if you could explain to the folks that are listening, kind of, it made it sound like this process is simple, but it's a critical path item, where if we have a willing person, we can usually make that go quicker, which means we could, I believe, accelerate this project. Whereas if with the little corner that we need to purchase, if the property owner is more difficult, that has to go to court. Can you give us some estimations on how long those two scenarios would take? And then when we all met as a team, I think that was probably a week ago, maybe 10 days ago, no one had been in touch with the property owner. And so I'm wondering if that has happened. Like, are we already advancing into buying the right of way? Because until we get the right of way, that little corner of property we need, we can't get down to construction.
Team?
Right. Thank you, Commissioner. So where we stand in the right-of-way process, we have made contact with the property owner. So we have established communication. We have not had an appraisal done as of yet. We're still only at the survey and title work stage. So we're still identifying any interests that are held on the property. Once that happens, which we anticipate, by the way, the project has been accelerated. We are anticipating documents and the title work to be done sometime in November, December. And it's actually, now we're anticipating it sometime next week. So we have heard, we've listened to you, we understand the concerns in accelerating this project, and we're doing our best. It's actually been accelerated thus far about 3 months, I would say. So we're ahead of the game. And right now, we anticipate the title work and the survey to be done by next week or 2 weeks. Correct me if I'm wrong, Kiki. But then at that point, appraisal will be done, it will be ordered, and there's about a 60-day turnaround before we get that back into our office.
Well, wonderful. I really appreciate the extra effort because, I mean, you all know every time I talk to you, I harp on the fact that we needed this roundabout last year, the year before that. So anything you can do, you know, this really is a dangerous intersection. And every time we talk to the City of Miami Police Commander, you know, she also is worried. So we appreciate that. Thank you very much, everybody.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay.
I can't hear you. Rodolfo, I
There we
can't
go.
hear you.
There we go. Sorry about that. There we go. Yeah, thank you for your questions. Keep them coming. We see them here on the box. We will be getting to them in just a few seconds. In the meantime, I'd also like to invite anyone from the public joining us. If you want to speak, just click on the raise your hand button, and we will go ahead and open up the lines there. So just bear with me here. We're going to go first to Mr. Andrew Herskowitz, who's joining us. Second, yes, we give him an opportunity to bring him on. Mr. Andrew, you should be able to see the button there that's allowing you to speak. Well, we get that fixed. Team, we have a question coming in from Ms. Colin Veeder. Her question is, what steps will be taken to ensure that truck traffic does not move to South Miami Avenue between 25th to 15th Road, which is a no truck zone? The concern is that detours will have truck traffic move through this residential neighborhood between 15th and 25th Road. Team?
Hey, good evening. So all truck traffic is to remain on Coral Way. We are leaving one lane open for this reason. All alternate routes are going to be provided, but truck are to stay on Coral Way. The alternate route provided as well for the Coral Way lane closure will be through state roads. It'll be, let me zoom out here for a second. Sorry about this. Let me turn on the street name so you could have an idea. Okay, I guess it's not working.
All right.
Okay, so the alternate route will be here through I believe this is 12th Avenue and then through 8th Street, which are both state roads. We will not be providing any detours for trucks that are not on state roads.
Guess it's a little slow there, Natalie. Maybe you're about to zoom in a little more. There we go. Well, in the meantime, when Natalie gets that to work, again, we'd like to invite the public to answer some questions here. You can go ahead and submit your questions, or you can raise your hand and we can open up the microphones here for you. I did see Mr. Andrew had questions, and I know you're writing in here. But you can, again, let me try once again with Mr. Andrew here to unmute him. He's having some technical difficulties.
Good evening, this is John Lucas.
Hi, Mr. Lucas, how are you? I understand you represent Mr. Andrew.
I do, and let me first say hello to Tanya and Kiki. It's good to see you again. And I have the privilege of working together with Mr. Herskowitz in connection with what the DOT intends to acquire here. So I look forward to you completing your title work, your appraisal, and then reaching out to Mr. Herskowitz and myself, and we will be happy to chat with you regarding valuation, but also more importantly, whatever impacts, if any, may result to the remaining property. And we can approach that and try to problem solve together going forward. So I'll await further detailed plans, given that you're at 60%, as well as your appraisal. And then we can discuss matters.
Wonderful. We look forward to working with you. Thank you, John.
You betcha.
Thank you, John.
You're welcome. Good seeing you both.
Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye. Thank you. Okay, team, we have another question here. This is from Anna Kristen Armigo. We manage Tuscany Gardens, which team, that's the apartment right across the street from Mr. Andrews. 1227 Southwest 3rd Avenue is the 6th floor building right on the new construction. Would this project be blocking our pedestrian entry? It is located in the area, in quotation, parking impacts. Team?
No, we will not be impacting any pedestrian entrance. In the area of the parking impact, we will have between this blue and green will be an existing sidewalk. The elevations will match the elevation of the existing sidewalk that you have today. So there won't be any impacts to any pedestrian entrances along this area.
Thank you, Natalie. So again, I'd like to open up here the floor for those joining us, our attendees at a virtual public meeting. If you'd like to speak, please click on the raise your hand button and we will open up the lines so you can speak to our team. You can also submit your questions on the question box. And we will be here until 8 p.m. We have another question from Ms. Colleen. This question, will you have sufficient signage ahead of time and also contact the businesses in this area which do use trucks to supply them so they adhere to the rules? Team?
Yes, we will be having signage for the trucks and we will reach out door-to-door prior to construction to each property owner to ensure that we are meeting all of their needs for truck deliveries or any other concerns specific to that property.
Thank you, Natalie. Now chime in too, yeah, just to get an understanding for everyone tuning in. So right now, this project is in the design phase, the 60% phase, then we have the 90% phase, and there will be the final step, which would be the 100%. And all the information that we've obtained during the design phase will be passed on to the construction portion. And then a brand new team will come along, just like ourselves. They will be communicating with the public. So as Natalie said, they will be doing some door-to-door, some phone calls, just informing the public as to when they anticipate construction will begin. So you all have information there. They'll also be reaching out to elected officials as well and staff members in the municipality. We have Mr. Freddie Mesa. I'll open up the line here real quickly. Mr. Mesa,
Hi, good
welcome.
evening.
Thank you. Good evening, and thank you for joining us.
Hi, how are you? So I'm Sergeant Freddie Mesa of the City Miami Police Department. Thank you for putting this together. And
Thank you, officer.
I am attending on behalf of Commander Eddington, obviously the police department. We're very happy to see about this. I personally have been in Brickell for a long time, over 7 years. So this is an intersection I'm very familiar with. So we do know that it has its issues. So I'm very happy to know that something is being done. Obviously, taking some time. Obviously, you got to do your due diligence as everything. But I'm happy to see that the development is underway and it's in the talks. I wanted to assure the residents that are here, and obviously for you guys as well, on the police department on our end, that we know it's an intersection has a lot of problems. There is some signage where people are making improper turns, people are making the wrong turns, so it can cause into accidents. As you know, obviously that's why it came to the attention of why it needs to be redesigned. So we're out there, we're doing enforcement and just educating the public as well in regards, I may not be from the area, in regards to that zoning for that specific location. So just to update you guys, thank you for providing us with the time to read this information, which is very informative. And if you don't mind sending me the PowerPoint so that I can share with my team as well and my command staff so they know the progress that the DOT is making on behalf of the community. And thank you once again.
Absolutely, officer. We'll send that to you just right after this meeting, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, thank you very much again for joining us here. You can submit your questions on the question box. And also you can just click on the raise your hand button on the control panel to ask any questions or comments. Again, we will be here until 8 p.m. We have another question here coming in. Oh, Commissioner Higgins. Okay, we'll read out the one that she wrote here on the comment box. Commissioner Higgins wants to know, when will we see the landscaping plan? Team?
Sorry, I was on mute. So landscaping will occur immediately after this construction ends. There will be a separate landscaping project program. Our landscape team will be reaching out within the next 4 to 5 months to the municipalities to start coordinating on what is expected of this landscaping and any maintenance agreements that will be required to do so.
Thank you, Natalie. Once again, thank you for joining us here at our public meeting. If you have any questions, you can submit it in our questions box, or you can just simply raise your hand on the control panel here, and I will open up the microphones so you can go ahead and ask your questions to our project team, and we will be here until 8 p.m. In the meantime, team, while our attendees formulate their questions, Natalie, can you just elaborate here a little bit on the pedestrian detours?
Yes, so pedestrian detours will be required through the maintenance of traffic phasing, depending on what phase of the construction we are in. For example, Coral Way eastbound will be the first phase, and the sidewalk will need to be closed on the east side of Coral Way, and detours will be clearly marked throughout the construction period, and crosswalks will be provided so that pedestrians can safely cross the street and avoid any construction impacts.
Thank you. We
And
do have a question. Go ahead.
Sorry, in the final configuration, once the construction is complete, as you can see, we'll be adding crosswalks along Broadway here, along Coral Way, and along 3rd Avenue. All of these crosswalks will be high emphasis crosswalks, and they will be signal actuated. So if you're ready to cross the street, you will press the button and the cars will stop.
Thank you, Natalie. We have a question here from Mr. Alejandro Martinez. There's a two-part question here. First question is, what will be inside the roundabout?
So at the center of the roundabout, there will be landscaping. The details of the landscaping have not been finalized. It will be via a separate project that is to immediately follow our roadway construction project.
The next question, Natalie, people are doing left turns from Southwest 15th Road to Southwest 13th Street, which it cannot be done. How are you going to fix this? Team?
So as the roundabout works, that current left turn will be provided when the roundabout is in place. So the vehicle, let's say you're coming this way on Broadway and you want to get onto Coral Way, you just go around the circle and you will go this way and you'll be able to make that movement. Currently, with the setup that there is existing on the signalized intersection, that is not allowed, even though people do it. It's a dangerous maneuver and a reason why there are so many issues at this intersection, but the roundabout will alleviate those issues while providing the movement.
Thank you. He said, sorry, not there next to the Walgreens. So the Walgreens is a little bit,
So the Walgreens is here.
Yeah, yeah.
So making a left onto.
Says left turns from Southwest 15th Road to 13th Street.
So this is 15th Road.
It says in front of the pool. So the pool, yeah. Yeah.
In front of the pool. So a left this way?
Right. That's what Alejandro means, correct. Yep.
Okay, yes. Well, yeah, we are not providing any changes there in that area. We will look into possible signing and we'll take a look to see if there's anything that we could do to mitigate that. I see the pavement markings say right only. Maybe there's something that we could do at this corner, but we would have to take closer detail into that situation.
Okay. Our next question comes from Colin Beater. Could you repeat the speed posting for this area? Will it be reduced to 25 miles per hour within the area, or with what areas?
It will be reduced to 25 miles per hour during construction. Throughout the project, from the beginning of the construction zone to the end, you'll have reduced posted speed signs.
Great. Once again, everyone, thank you for joining us this evening for our virtual public meeting for the installation of a roundabout. If you have any questions, feel free to submit them on our questions box, or you can raise your hand and we will open up the lines here. Now, I still see Commissioner Higgins. I'm not sure she wants to speak, but she had her hands open. I'm going to welcome her again. Maybe she had a follow-up. Commissioner, do you have a follow-up question? Because you had your hands up.
No, my hand is still up.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to see if you had a follow-up.
Yeah, sorry, it's good to listen to everybody else's comments so that, you know, we can follow up. And I certainly asked about the landscaping plan just because, you know, as we know that it'd be nice it is nice, so that it becomes sort of a beautiful green space as well, because we know we're sort of right now missing a lot of that. So anyway, thanks. I'll take my hand down. Do I have to do that? I'll do that. All right.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining us. Okay, everyone, as we wait here for some folks to maybe provide some questions, Natalie, can you talk about parking during construction, since there's some parking here in this area?
So parking during construction will be
Yeah, there we go.
Parking during construction will be impacted under I-95 through the phases of the construction. But during the final configuration, those parking spaces, other than the ones identified in the red boxes on that sketch, will be provided.
So again, everyone, thank you very much for joining us here this evening. If you have any questions, you can submit them on our questions box, or you can just simply raise your hand and we will open up the microphone here for any questions that you may have. We will be available until 8 p.m. Until 8 p.m. we'll be here. A follow-up question here from Mr. Alejandro Martinez. He wants to know, lighting underneath I-95 and Coral Way going to Brickell is non-existing right now. Will we do something about this, or is something going to be happening in this particular project team?
Yes, we'll be providing LED underdeck lighting under the bridges, and we will also be providing LED lighting throughout the intersection, throughout the project limits, similar to, it'll be decorative, similar to what is out there now. It's the black poles that you see out there will be replaced with LED.
Okay. Again, everyone, feel free to submit your questions on the question box, or on you can raise your hand and we'll open up the microphone here. It will be remaining here until 8 p.m. Natalie, can you just emphasize just a little bit on the ramp signal?
Yes, so due to the high peak periods, the high traffic volumes that we have, both AM and PM of vehicles going to and from Brickell, the roundabout would only work if there's ramp metering provided. So what that means that is when there's a lot of traffic, there's a chance that the backup will block the roundabout and block other movements. So ramp metering will be tied to the signals that are provided for the pedestrian crosswalks. So if there is ever a large amount of vehicles in the area and there's potential to the roundabout being blocked, these signals will turn red for those approaches to be able to get the vehicles out of the way. And then as soon as they are moved out and traffic is flowing at a more free flow, they'll turn green.
Again, everyone, if you'd like to chime in and have some comments or questions in relation to this project, feel free to write them in our question box, or you can raise your hand on the control panel and we will open up the microphone. We'll be here until 8 p.m. Once you exit off the virtual public meeting, you will see a survey. We welcome you, so you could take the survey. We appreciate that. We mentioned too a little bit earlier on, we showed a video on how to use a roundabout. We invite you to visit fdot.tips/roundabout, where you can find more information, or you can visit the project page where we have that same video up, and you can learn a little bit how to maneuver through a roundabout. With that said, team, we don't have any questions as of right now. We will remain here until 8 p.m. If you have any follow-up questions, feel free to submit them in the question box. Or raise your hand on the control panel. So with that said, we'll be here until 8 p.m. If you have any follow-up questions, just let us know. Hey, team, we do have a question here from Mr. Ray H. Once again, team, we do have a question from Mr. Ray H. He would like to know when construction is anticipated, team.
Okay, sorry about that. So here we have the schedule of construction duration, includes the start date and the duration. We are estimating 240 days of construction. Again, this does not include weather days. So it may be to inclement weather. Construction is anticipated of June of 2023 and anticipated to end in February of 2024. This contract is being let as an A+B contract, which means that it will be competitive based on the scheduled days. So what that means is that we're trying our best to get in and get out, and the contractor will be selected largely based on the schedule they provide. So the less amount of days that they provide, it will have higher chances of being selected for the job. However, we won't know that schedule until the bids are out, which will be approximately in January or February of 2023. So as of now, we have to go with the 240 days that we have estimated.
Thank you, team. With that said, again, we'll be here until 8 p.m. If you have any questions, feel free to submit it on your question box, or you can just raise your hand, and printing right of this presentation will be available on our project page. Natalie, if you could just go all the way to the contact information slide so we can show the link to the page. Information is available there, and the recording of this public meeting will also be available. You will receive a follow-up email shortly after the meeting, so you can see it for yourselves. Again, there will be a survey, an exit survey. We welcome you, so you guys can take it, and we'd appreciate that. So once again, with no questions coming in, we will remain here until 8 p.m. Just let us know, and we'll take your questions. Thank you. Okay, team, we have a question here from Mr. Alejandro Martinez. Once again, thank you for joining us, everyone, and feel free to submit your questions in the question box, or you can raise your hand and you can go ahead and speak to our team. But this question, team, right, let me just read this real quick. Who will be in charge in maintaining the crosswalking lights? We have some around the roads and they always break, especially the speaker. Team?
So the maintaining agency for that would be Miami-Dade County. If you could provide your contact information, I'll be happy to put you in touch with the person to to coordinate that and fix that issue with you on any of the roads projects that you have.
We have another one team here. Just bear with me here a second. And again, Mr. Martinez, maybe you can expand on this. I can open up the microphone. He had a question on, it says here, what had been learned from the other roundabouts close to Brickell City Center? Team?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah. What had been learned from the other roundabouts close to Brickell City Center?
Okay, I'm not very familiar with the roundabout in question. For this roundabout, it is our first roundabout on a state road in our district. It's the first intersection that we have a roundabout, and we have been coordinating a lot with other districts and central office on lessons learned on roundabouts on state roads. Usually, since being a state road, we have different criteria than local streets that we have to adhere to. So this situation is a little different than your smaller roundabouts or your local roundabouts on local streets or city-owned streets. We have different criteria in regards to sight distance and speeds as well, and different traffic volumes. So we have done a lot of coordination and with other areas of Florida and other lessons learned that they have had on other projects, and we have received a lot of comment and feedback and tweaked our plans according to address those comments.
Okay, let me just try team here to maybe Mr. Martinez can elaborate. I'm gonna Mr. Alejandro, can you hear me? Mr. Martinez? Yeah, he's on right now. Mr. Martinez, you have your microphone on. You're welcome to speak. So if you have any follow-up to that, Mr. Martinez, feel free to write in the question box, since you did provide that question. We appreciate that. Once again, everyone, thank you for joining us here on our virtual public meeting for the installation of the roundabout on State Road 972, Southwest 13th Street, Southwest 3rd Avenue, Coral Way, Southwest 15th Road. Just a friendly reminder that the meeting will be available for your viewing. It will be here until 8 p.m. So if you have any other follow-up questions, make sure you provide it under question box, or you can just simply raise your hand. Oh, there he has his hand raised. Mr. Martinez, can you hear me? Yes, no. Okay, so I guess all the questions have been submitted there on the question box. Yeah, he's good to go. Okay, thank you again for writing back there, Mr. Martinez. We appreciate that. And if anyone else would like to chime in and have any questions, feel free to raise a hand or submit it on the question box. In the meantime, we will be here until 8 p.m. So if you have any follow-ups, just let us know, and we'll keep you posted. Thank you, everyone. Again, everyone, thank you for joining us. If you have any questions, feel free to submit them on the question box, or you can just simply raise your hand and you can speak to our team available here with us. Any questions you have pertaining to the installation of a roundabout on State Road 972 Southwest 13th Street, Southwest 3rd Avenue, Coral Way, and Southwest 15th Road. Now, tonight's presentation, in case you missed it, is available on the link that you see on your screen. Once you exit, you will be, the display of the exit survey will pop up, and we invite you to take that survey. Really appreciate that. Once again, we'll be here until 8 p.m. If you have any questions, just let us know. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. If you just joined us for our public meeting, our virtual public meeting for State Road 972 Southwest 13th Street, Southwest 3rd Avenue, Coral Way, and Southwest 15th Road. We're available here until 8 p.m. If you have any questions, feel free to submit them on our question box, or you can just simply raise your hand on the control panel and we will open up our microphones. Thank you again for joining us this evening. And once you log off, you will see an exit survey. We welcome you to take it. Again, we'll be here until 8 p.m. If you have any questions, just chime in on the question box or just simply raise your hand and we'll open up the microphone. Thank you. Okay, team, we have a question here from Ms. Kitty Deneen. Just wait here for our team to get back on camera. Okay, so team, this question, can you explain about taking away trees on Coral Way? So Natalie, maybe we can show the image of the trees on the we're eliminating.
Okay, so we will be eliminating a couple of trees in this project just because of the roundabout location. You see this tree here and this tree here will be eliminated. Let me go into, sorry, trying to get this to, so then these two trees will be eliminated, and then along Coral Way, there's two palm trees right here next to I-95 that will be removed as well. I have a picture of them here on the PowerPoint. Let me go up here. This isn't working.
If you want, Natalie, if it's slow on you, I can show it here on Google Earth. You want me to do that?
Yeah, I don't know if you were able to see it.
Yeah, bear with me. Let me get on there. Okay, so can you guys, oh, sorry. So these screens, correct? These trees here, Natalie?
Yes, those two trees removed.
And then,
And
1 second.
the trees there.
Here, right?
Yes, those two trees will also be removed as well. And we will have a landscape project that is going to immediately follow our roadway construction project, and it will be replacing trees. The roundabout does provide a lot of green area that doesn't exist today, so there will be a lot of landscape opportunities within the proposed projects for new trees.
Natalie, once again, everyone, thank you for joining us this evening. If you have any questions, you can submit them in our question box. We've been receiving plenty of them, so thank you for that. And also, you can raise your hand on the control panel. Natalie, she did have a follow-up question. That is, what new trees will go in? Oh, what trees will be planted in the area?
So we haven't started yet the landscape design process. Once we get a landscape architect on board, they will go through the species that are allowed in this area. And they will also reach out to the municipalities and see if there's any special requests that we can accommodate and provide a proposed landscape plan.
Thank you. So again, keep your questions coming. We're here until 8 p.m. or you can just raise your hand in the control panel. Mr. Martinez, you still have your hands up, but I know you're having issues there with your microphone. So if you have a follow-up questions, or a follow-up question or comment, just feel free to submit it on the question box. All right. In the meantime, again, we'll be here until 8 p.m. If you have any questions, just let us know and we'll be able to answer it here for you this evening. Thank you. All right. Oh. Okay, team, we have a follow-up question. We get everyone on their cameras. All right, this question comes from Mr. Alejandro Martinez. Before the pandemic, when there was a lot of traffic going east on Southwest 3rd Avenue, in parentheses, Coral Way, early mornings on rush hour, traffic backed up to Tutto Pasta and Tutto Pizza. This happened especially because there is no left turn signal at the traffic light at Southwest 3rd Avenue and Southwest 2nd Avenue at the Chase Bank. If no left turn signal is put in place, the roundabout will be grilled locked in the mornings. Let me pull up the Google map, Natalie. Just give me 1 second here so you can reference it. And I could pull up exactly what he's talking about.
If you want, I could pull it up with the proposed overlaid.
Okay, so let me give you access. Okay. Go ahead.
Do you see my screen? Not yet. Hold on. Are you able to see it now?
I see it. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he says let me read it to you again.
I believe Tutto Pastas, yeah, over.
Perfect. Okay.
So now, due to the signalized intersections, you have a lot of queuing at the intersections, but the roundabout will alleviate the issue because it's going to be free flow traffic. Currently, I believe it's operating at a level of service E, and which is very poor and expected to get worse if the signal were to remain. But with the projected traffic increasing and the roundabout in place, it will take the level of service at the intersection to a level of service A, which is a big difference. Having said that, to account for the volumes of traffic in the morning and the afternoon from Brickell, we will be installing ramp metering signals at these approaches to ensure that there's not enough traffic that it'll block the roundabout. Because if it were to block the roundabout, then there would be all the movements would be compromised. So we will be installing those signals. The idea is that they'll be green for most of the day, but during the peak hour periods where you have backup along Coral Way over here, if somebody is crossing the mid-block crosswalk, I don't know if you could see my mouse there, and you have backup here that'll get into the roundabout, it'll trigger the metering signal on to change it to red. And then as soon as that clears up, it'll turn back to green and the roundabout will be free flowing once again.
He said that is not where the problem is right now. The traffic light I mentioned above. So once again, he said, let me just read you the location. He says, going east on Southwest 3rd Avenue, Coral Way. Early mornings on rush hour, traffic backed up to Tutto Pasta and Tutto Pizza. This happened especially because there is no left turn signal at the traffic light at Southwest 3rd Avenue and Southwest 2nd Avenue by the Chase Bank. If no left turn signal is put in place, the roundabout will be locked in the mornings. So let me, can you zoom in on your Google Earth, or do you want me to do it on my end?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
zooming in.
So let me, just give me a few here. Let me pull up the area.
So they're going eastbound on Coraway, making a left onto which street?
Let me put this up real quick.
The Chase Bank over here.
Okay, so here, you guys see that there? All right, so here we have Tutto Pasta,
Mm-hmm.
Tutto Pizza. They're going east. And then we'll look at the Chase Bank. Let's see where the Chase Bank is on here. That's the Chase Bank. The Chase Bank is right here.
Mm-hmm.
So he's talking about, I'm on Coral
No
Way.
left at
Oh, sorry, yep. Right here. Let me just zoom out. Here you go. Here's the Chase Bank. And here's a Tutto Pizza and Tutto Pasta.
Okay, now is the question.
There is no left turn signal there, he says.
At the Chase Bank.
Yeah, let me go into the Chase Bank. Here. Zoom in. The Chase Bank.
Right.
Okay. And then he said, traffic backs up to Tutto Pizza in the morning. And he says, yeah, this light. So this is the area that he's referring to right here. There's no left turn.
So the traffic is backing up
When coming east. So
because nobody is allowed to make, I don't really understand the question. Is it because nobody is allowed to make the left, or is it because it's not like a protected signal that they can make the free flow left?
let's see, he's gonna be, once again, I'm gonna read it again. When there was a lot of traffic going east on 3rd Avenue, early mornings and rush hour, traffic backed up to Tutto Pasta and Pizza. This happened especially because there is no left turn signal at the traffic light at Southwest 3rd Avenue and Southwest 2nd Avenue. If no left turn signal is put in place, the roundabout will be closed. So, yeah, so this is if I'm traveling east. Sorry, yeah, if I'm coming east, when coming east, the thing is that he can't make a left turn here. Is that
Okay.
no? Okay, no, okay, sorry. You can go ahead and elaborate a little bit, Mr. Alejandro. We can understand. And let me try again and open up your microphone. Maybe you got it fixed. Can you speak back, Mr. Alejandro? Yeah, he's having some issues still. Let me see. He said, bear with me because I'm following his text here. So he says, stay here. The gray truck, he said. Okay, this is the gray truck. Yep, okay. It's like, oh, okay. I think I got him now. So if I'm that gray truck, Natalie, he can make a left turn. So that's why he's saying that there's a backup.
Okay,
Get it
because
now? You get it now?
the,
So
yes, he can't.
if I'm this gray truck right here, I
Can you
can't make
move
a
a
left.
little more that towards that gray truck?
If they want to do a left, there is no left turn signal. So it's
So
yeah, they have to wait and wait. So there's no what is it, protected left turn signal.
right, but is that a left turn lane?
Don't believe so, Natalie.
From the through lane?
No. You said you can do
It
it.
seems,
Yeah, it says you can do it, but it's not a dedicated left turn lane.
okay, yeah, I would have to look into that in more detail. If he could provide me his contact information, and I'll get back to him. It seems they're making it from the through lane,
Right,
from
right.
what I
So
could see.
you can make the left turn, but what he's saying is that there's no left turn signal to make it easier for the driver. You have to wait there and just basically go
Yeah,
when the opportunity is available.
I mean, from what it looks like, this seems like limited right of way in this area to be able to provide a left turn lane. Without a left turn lane, we cannot provide a left turn protected signal, just because the way that works out. But if he could send me his contact and I'll get more details on that.
Great.
Maybe
And
there's something that could be.
Yeah, Mr. Martinez, I have your email. I will shoot you an email, and we can communicate, and I'll pass it to Miss Natalie. Okay. Good deal. Any other questions? Again, feel free to submit it on the question box, or you can raise your hand, and we can go ahead and answer for you. We'll be here until 8 p.m. Once again, we'll be here until 8 p.m. So another 35 minutes. If you have any questions, feel free to write it down, and we'll answer it. All right. Thank you very much. Well, again, we'll be here. Thank you. Oh, wait a minute. He said here the red is trying to. That red car is trying. You see. Yeah. So see, that's what he's saying. So he's saying that this car right here is waiting to make that left turn, but from the looks of it, he's not able to because of whatever reason, X reason. But that's what he was referring to. He said in the morning it is a mess. Yeah, that's what
yeah. Yeah, if he could provide his contact, then I'll get the information that I can on that signal and see if there's anything phasing that needs to be tweaked. But from what I can see here,
let me just
there's
let me get myself in here. Oh, here's the light, Natalie.
Yeah, it's just a through lane.
Yeah, but it's not. It's kind of like you have to do a quick move is what he's trying to say, that there's not enough. Here we go. This is a better view. Yeah, there you go. But this is the light. This is the light that he's referring to.
Right.
And the
Is that it,
striping
Mr.
right
Martinez?
there shows a through left. If you look at the striping, it's striped as a through left.
Yeah, it's not a dedicated left. Yeah. And that is a spot, right, Mr. Martinez? Yep, yeah, that's what he's referring to. So yeah, we'll be in contact. I'll email you. I have your email, and I'll communicate with you and just follow up, and I'll let Miss Natalie know, and we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, maybe we could do something with the phasing of the signals to alleviate that issue.
Right. Okay, everyone. Once again, we'll be here until 8 p.m. Any questions, just let us know. We'll be on. Thank you. Okay, team, we have another question here from Ms. Kitty. If we could have all our team members on camera real quickly. Okay, so this question, when will the landscape drawings be available and will there be a public meeting like this so we can help pick out the new trees there and also inside of the new roundabout? I have a friend, he's a landscaper. Natalie, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, good, good. Do we have any anticipated date as far as maybe when will the landscape?
So we do have an anticipated date. I don't have it right on me at this moment. I can't pull it up in
Sure.
my computer. The internet is slow on my end, but I have the other one. I could load it up real quick. If you could give me 2 minutes
Yeah,
and I'll.
yeah. Load it up, and I can add as far as the outreach portion. So when the project comes into that phase of the design and outreach, you will be notified, and there is a period where the public is available to provide input. So you will be receiving something in the mail, and then you could always write back to us and let us know as far as your input, just like we're doing today. We take everyone's input and we address that to our project team, and any suggestions that the public have, then they go ahead and evaluate it, and that's how we approach. So again, the information that you provided today, that will be passed along. So this is part of the record. So we'll keep an eye out on the next round for the landscape portion. So and just hang tight. Natalie could just find out the date as to when we estimate when the information for the future landscape project is available. So just hang tight just a few. And Ms. Kitty, we also invite you to visit our website, fdotmiamidade.com. On that website, you have the opportunity to see projects where they're in the planning phase, that they are currently in the design phase, like for this roundabout project. And you can also find out information that are currently in construction. So you could just keep informed that by visiting fdotmiamidade.com. Natalie, you have the info or?
Yeah, unfortunately, the schedule I have does not have the outreach dates on it, but if they could provide their contact, and we'll get back to them on that. Typically, I can tell you that most of the design will take place, once we started construction. They might a couple months before start the design and go through construction so that they're ready to let the project and go to construction when our construction completes. So, if we estimate 7 months for construction, they'll start maybe 11 months prior to make sure they have everything in order, and they'll go in that around that time frame.
And what I can do is, Ms. Dini, and I can go ahead and shoot you an email and just follow up, and when we can get you a better date tomorrow, we can provide that for you. As I will pass that note to Miss Natalie. Once again, everyone, thank you for joining us this evening here on our meeting. We have until 8 p.m., so about 25 minutes left. If you have any questions, feel free to submit them in the question box, or if you'd like to speak, you can go ahead and raise your hand. Okay, once again, we'll be here until 8 p.m. Thank you. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for a virtual public meeting for the installation of a roundabout on State Road 972 Southwest 13th Street, Southwest 3rd Avenue, Corey Way, and Southwest 15th Road. If you just joined us, feel free to ask any questions on the comment box, or you can simply raise your hand, and our team here is available until 8 p.m. to ask any questions. Again, thank you for joining us. And once you exit, you will be asked to take a survey. We'd appreciate it if you do. Again, if you have any questions, just submit them on our question box or just raise your hand. Thank you. Thank you once again, everyone, for joining us for a virtual public meeting for the installation of a roundabout on State Road 972, Southwest 13th Street, Southwest 3rd Avenue, Coral Way, and Southwest 15th Road. We will remain until 8 p.m. So you have 5 minutes. If you have any questions or any comments, please feel free to submit them in the question box or raise your hand, and our team is available here to answer those questions. In case you just joined us, the presentation is available at the link that you see on your screen. You can visit the website for information. All of the presentation that was shown out here this evening is available there, or you can contact me via phone 786-519-7160 or by email roman@iscprgroup.com. And for information on other projects, you can visit fdotmiamidade.com. Once again, we'll be here until 8 p.m. If you have any questions, just let us know. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, once again for joining us in our public meeting for the roundabout State Road 972, Southwest 13th Street, Southwest 3rd Avenue, Coral Way, and Southwest 15th Road. We have 1 minute remaining, and we will be off. Just a friendly reminder that you will be seeing an exit survey when you exit the webinar. We welcome you to take that, please. And all the information will be available that was shown out here this evening at the link that you see on your screen. Once again, we'll be here until 8 p.m. If you have any last questions, feel free to submit it in the question box or raise your hand. Thank you. All right, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us. This concludes our virtual public meeting for the State Road 972, Southwest 13th Street, Southwest 3rd Avenue, Coral Way, and Southwest 15th Road, a installation of a roundabout. We thank you for your participation. Please take our exit survey. And if you have any follow-up questions, feel free to reach out to me, Rodolfo Roman, at 786-519-7160, or by email at roman@icprgroup.com, and you can visit our website, fdotmd.com, for more information on future projects or current projects. And all of the presentation, or the entire presentation that was shown out here, is available right now on the link that you see on your screen. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And any questions, just feel free to contact us. Thank you, and have a great evening or great night. Thank you. Bye-bye.